At the All-Star break, let's grade each Brewer player's first half. I have to note that, of course, I do the grades based on performance, but I also take into account what my expectations were for each player going into the season. So if I expected a player to be an All-Star caliber and they were average, their grade's going to drop, and of course, vice versa. Starting off with William Contreras, I expected him to be one of the Brewers' best hitters, and well, he hasn't been. He's been average, but defensively, pitchers always give him credit the way he's calling the games, so I'll still stick with a B for him. Eric Haas has done his job as a backup catcher. It's nothing flashy, but when he needs to be in there once, twice a week, I think he does a fine job. I'll still give him a C. Rhys Hoskins, I'm going to go with a B-. He's struggled the last month or so, but when no one else was hitting, he was. Big Jake Bauers fan, but unfortunately since June started, this man has been a black hole anytime he is in the lineup. But his beginning of the season was great. He's just a streaky player. I'll stick with a C. Andrew Vaughn, tough one because it's only been 5 games, but it's been the 5 greatest games of all time, A+. Bryce Terrain, defense is always incredible. The bat's been, well, what I expected it to be. I thought he had an argument to be an all-star reserve. Didn't happen. Still a great season so far, B+. Joey Ortiz, I was never expecting to fully replace Willy Adames, but I expected him to step up big time. And his bat, outside of a couple weeks, has just been abysmal, with all due respect. Defense still great. I'm going to give him a D. Caleb Durbin, this one's interesting because his first month and a half, it was rough. And then after, well, he's been incredible. He has 3 walk-offs to his name this season. I'm going to give him a B+. Andrew Monasterio is another tough one because he doesn't really see much playing time, but when he's in there, I think he does okay for what he is, but it's just nothing great. I think there are much better options. I'm going to give him a D+. Anthony Siegler doesn't get a lot of playing time also. It's also been a short amount of time since he's been up, but I thought he's been a solid bench bat since, and of course he's a versatile player. So I kind of like what I see from him so far, B-. Isaac Collins, I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting much of anything from him. If he was even going to be on the roster at this point, I would have been surprised if you told me that before the season. And he has been the best defensive left fielder in all of baseball. Absolutely give me an A for him. Jackson Trio, I'll give him a B+. It's hard to grade a 21-year-old. You know, you're always seeing those sophomore slumps for these guys. He's still been a fine player. He's been good. He has his moments, but I'm not going to act like I wasn't expecting more from him so far. The summer of Sal Frelick, Gold Glove defense, still in right field. He could definitely win back-to-back. Bat's been great for his standards. He's even shown a little bit of power for his standards. Yeah, I'll take Sal Frelick for an A. Christian Yelich definitely had a rougher start to the year, and what he did last year, I think the expectations were higher, but he's figured it out ever since mid-May. He's been one of the best hitters in baseball, but I'm going to give him an A. Freddie Peralta was the one guy throughout the whole season that stuck in the rotation because of injuries, because of poor performance. Freddie's always been there. It's been fantastic. He earned his second All-Star visit, A+. Quinn Priester, when we trade for him, I really had no idea what to expect. But if the Brewers front office sees something in you, I think we just got to trust it at this point, right? He's done his job. Never flashy, but he gets it done, B+. Jose Quintana, a late spring training sign-in, liked it when it happened. Expectations were pretty much exactly what he's become. I trust him in games. I trust him to go deep into games. Murphy does too. I like what I see from him, B+. Jacob Mizorowski, this is an easy A+. He's been electric. He's been one of the best pitchers in baseball, and of course he did great during the All-Star game. Brandon Woodruff, only 2 starts, but the fact that he's even back, it was an A+ alone, and then you add on that he was incredible in those 2 starts, I'd give him an A++. Trevor Miguel, first-time All-Star this year. He's had his moments, but overall, he's second in the National League in saves. I feel good when he's on the mound. Give me an A. Abner Uribe, last year, high expectations. This year, coming off, well, 1, a suspension, and 2, a surgery, I wasn't exactly sure what we were going to get out of him. He's been one of the most trusted relievers in the Brewers bullpen. I thought he had an argument to be an all-star, A+. Nick Mears was someone that I was hyping up big time before the season started, and he's showing out why. A+. Aaron Ashby, wasn't sure what to expect if he was going to be in that rotation coming out of the bullpen. It's been decided that he's coming out of the bullpen right now, and he has been one of the best guys out there numbers-wise. A+. Easton McGee's another tough one because he hasn't really been thrown into the bigger spots yet, but I felt like in his role, he's been solid. And I'm not going to act like I'm like, Easton McGee's going to be big for us this year. But yeah, he's done a good job in his role. I'll give him an A. DL Hall's kind of just like Aaron Ashby. Wasn't sure if he was going to be starting, going to be coming out of the bullpen, and he's done a good job. If it is starting as the opener or coming out of the bullpen, of course, he's done a great job. Give me an A for him too. Grant Anderson. Zero expectations when the Brewers signed him. Even Murphy himself said he didn't really see a ton in spring training. And he's come in and he pitches in big spots and he has a sub-3 ERA. He's probably our number 4 in the bullpen behind Miguel, Abner, and Mears. He's trusted. I like him when he's on the mound. Give me an A- for him. Jared Koenig, great season last year. Wasn't sure if he was going to replicate it again this year. He's had his rougher moments, but overall, I feel like he's done an okay job. Give me a B- for him. And overall for the Brewers, they have 56 wins. They're in second place, only a game back in the Central. This season absolutely could have been over, and here they are fighting for the number 1 seed in the National League. Absolutely give me an A+ for the whole Brewers team.